Empowering an entrepreneurial spirit is undeniably a key driver to contribute towards job creation and help secure Africa's economic future. Some of the most difficult challenges facing entrepreneurs include securing financing, ensuring sustainability, as well as market access. The current mechanisms of procurement is quite a complex process with many dimensions, including technical, legal, and commercial, based on often outdated mechanisms at times. Now, with many pertinent challenges, helping to eradicate these numerous challenges startups face on their journey will contribute to long-term success for many along the value chain. Now, to unpack all of this, we are joined by Wale Ajibuye. He's the MD of Agen Nigeria, as well as Research Director Alessimo Mwanga from Agen 22 in Sloan. Thank you for joining us. Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
It's quite an interesting topic, and I know there are so many dimensions to this. But in terms of the current startup environment that exists in South Africa, and let's extend it to the continent, paint us that picture. What does it look like? Where are we sitting?
Okay, I think maybe we should start with Nigeria as well, because we kind of understand the South African environment, so maybe then we can compare. So maybe you can start with
Wale, take the lead.
Okay, all right. So I'm Deputy MD. Unfortunately, the MD is not available today, so I'm standing in for him. But what is interesting about Nigeria and Africa generally is there's a lot of energy and there's a lot of possibilities because we have so many challenges. And because there are so many challenges, there are solutions coming from young people to solving those things. And that's where entrepreneurship comes in.
Yeah.
And so we find that how do we connect the amazing energy and young talents that we have in Nigeria and of course across Africa to the real challenges that we face, and then turn that into solutions that can provide jobs for other people as well as solving those challenges in Nigeria. And I think that is one of the things that excites us because there is a future for Africa if we're able to find the platform to engage all this energy and the challenges and providing solutions. I think there's a huge opportunity for us in Africa.
And then using Nigeria perhaps as a case study alongside South Africa, how do we, where do we see ourselves?
So the energy is pretty much the same. I think we've got quite a lot of energy in South Africa. We've got quite a lot of innovative-driven young entrepreneurs. I think the challenge is for them to actually access market opportunities or even get the support to be able to scale. And a lot of the problem starts from the conceptualization to commercializing their products. And so I think that's where the disconnect often is, and also because we've, through studies that we've seen with the South African ecosystem, we do know that the ecosystem is quite disconnected. So everyone does amazing things from private sector to public sector, and South Africa, I'm not sure, and similar to Nigeria, they have a large number of supports in the ecosystem, but just not connected. I'm not sure if it's the same in Nigeria, but I think once we channel the resources and the capacity building and channel it towards creating more innovative businesses from an early stage, you will see an increase in more established businesses. And I think one of the stats from the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor Report 2017 indicates the low rate of total early stage entrepreneurial activity in South Africa, and that's something that's been happening for almost 10 years now. And we probably should look at that as a bit of a problem, because if you have a low rate of entrepreneurs accelerating into more established businesses, then less jobs are created, and we're not really achieving what we'd like to achieve according to the National Development Plan.
In terms of government and the private sector working together to perhaps salvage that disconnect that you speak of, I mean, what more can be done? What is currently being done? How do we feel that disconnect from both sides?
So this is very interesting because this is where Sloan, the campus itself, comes to play. Because how do you aggregate all those guys together? How do you get all the guys that are winking in the dark across Africa to converge in a platform that helps them to come and amplify their voice and amplify their work? And I think that's very interesting. So one platform that brings everything together is what we've experienced at the campus this week, which is bringing a platform that brings in not only the energy, but systems and structures that can help us scale those ideas or businesses that we have found that are really solving critical problems in Africa. And so I think for me, this is an exciting time for us because we are showing the examples. I mean, what Gen SA and what the team has done here is to show that if we have a collective effort, we can show the direction for other people to follow. And there's a lot of collaboration that has come from that, because the lessons here for many people is that for the first time, perhaps we have our own Silicon Valley, that people can come all across Africa to come in and learn, connect, and understand that you're not just alone doing this work of entrepreneurship.
Yeah, and also just to add on there, because I don't think we really touched on the startup campus. It's actually the largest startup campus in Africa, so we're pretty excited. And the great thing is we're part of a global entrepreneurship network.
Yes.
And in Africa, we actually have a regional group, so it's Gen Africa, which Wale, my colleague here, is part of Gen Nigeria. We have a presence in 41 African countries, so that means market access opportunities for SMEs across board, collaboration. So the Startup Campus is really an ecosystem enabler. So we're there to encourage collaboration, as Wale mentioned, but also to capacitate entrepreneurs. So you can come from all stages, but particularly startup ideation, and we assist you through the commercialization process. Either because we obviously have to assess the stage of where you are in, and then customize the design of the program to assist you, and you get access to facilities such as you also get access to business service support, such as market research studies, etc., prototyping, market testing as well. And that's where the challenge is for a lot of businesses in the early stage, because they don't really have the money or the fund, because early stage investment requires, you need early stage investment to actually get from ideation to commercialization. So it's pretty exciting, and the launch really, ecosystem players from all over the country, and our African brothers and sisters joining us in the celebration was really amazing. Having the minister there also endorsing it, having Richard Branson speaking, and he's a great speaker. So yeah, and throughout the week we will actually be opening up our programs to all entrepreneurs, even practitioners as well. We're offering programs from Monday to Thursday. Free of it's not at a cost to the entrepreneur, so it's part of the programs from 22 on Sloan, with our various partners such as SAB Foundation, Facebook, IDC, and our other various partners.
So should people want to access the hub, come on board, gain that support, I mean, what is that procedure that they have to follow?
So, well, they can go to our website and see what we're about as well, and identify areas of where they would like to collaborate and work with us. And then obviously reach out to us and set up a meeting, and we can see how we can work together. But I mean, the great news is we've recently consolidated an MOU with Nigeria, which is pretty awesome. So I think Wale can talk about that.
So one of the things you find out that we've done as a continent is we work solving problems across Africa, yet we're not able to converge properly and share ideas and learn from other sectors, learn from other countries. And the part of what we've done with the MOU is to bring the energy from Nigeria and then learn from the things that South Africa has been able to do. And that for us is a sign of the future. How do we bring solutions that has worked in Rwanda and then learn how South Africa has been able to implement and scale it across Africa. And so the MOU itself is helping us to aggregate all some of these things together. So I have an exchange program where our entrepreneurs who have done amazing stuff in Nigeria can come in and see how they can scale or connect with other entrepreneurs in South Africa. And for us, it forms because the government can't do everything and the AU can't do all of this. And I think that if we begin to work together that way, products that have been very successful in South Africa can come into Nigeria, but not just through the government this time around, but through the partnership that we're creating. And I think 22 on Sloan forms the basis for us to begin to expand this reality across Africa.
Just in terms of the current mechanisms of procurement that was mentioned, obviously with market access, that is quite a challenge that entrepreneurs face. Walk us through some of the technical and legalities surrounding that that continue to serve as a hindrance for entrepreneurs in South Africa, Africa, and abroad.
So let me just say quickly. So for the requirement for every country is really guided by quality assurance and all that. So ISO, for example, forms the basis for us to do all of these things. But in Nigeria, even if you're able to qualify, you may not be in the standard of what is happening in South Africa. Now, I may not have that information about what is required in South Africa, but Gen South Africa would have that information. And that way we're able to create the bridge and create simple template that can guide entrepreneurs to say, okay, these are the requirements for you to come into the market in South Africa. And these are the things, the practical ways you can do that. But beyond just that is that there are entrepreneurs who can partner with you at that level. So rather than just coming with your own business idea or coming with your product, can you find a local partner who can help you understand the realities of the market, understand how to navigate the challenges, and that makes it really, really, I mean, speed is essential here. And that would help you to move faster and quicker into other markets rather than trying to set up operations in South Africa, set up operations in Ghana. And I think that way we have a win-win, and a stronger brand. Because one of the things that I'm worried about is we have very few brands in Africa that have gone global. And unless we find that point of convergence where we're able to share ideas, learn what are the requirements in South Africa, requirements in Rwanda, and help them bridge the gap quickly, we probably won't be able to have the kind of business that can really go global and challenge. Because I want to see companies from Rwanda, from Ghana, from Kenya, from Nigeria, from South Africa competing at the same level that Facebook and Google has been able to achieve.
Agreed.
Should people want to find out more, you mentioned the website, but how do they contact you on social media? Obviously visiting Gen 22 on Sloan. Walk us through that.
Okay, so our website is 22onsloan.co. And you can find me on social media. My name, Elisimo Mwanga. If you search me on any social media platform, you'll find me available there. They can contact us on email through our website and find out more. And of course, if you want to get in contact with our Gen African members as well, we're able to connect you. But I'm pretty sure Wale can also share his details and
Wale, how do we contact you?
So my social handle is also Wale Jiboye. Wale Jiboye, that without without the A, my name, Wale Jiboye, on Instagram and Twitter as well. But they can get us on gennigeria.org as well.
Well, thank you for waking up bright and early to join us and unpack this a little bit more. As you mentioned, it's a problem because there is a solution. And of course, we will be part of recreating that narrative, not only in South Africa, but the continent, and becoming an equal player in the global market. So thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for inviting us.